From the North Country's news station, 7 News Tonight starts now.
Tonight on 7 News, how an increase in your Social Security benefits may lead to a decrease in how much food you can put in the fridge. Plus, we talk to North Country farmers to find out why it may be more green this year to find the perfect evergreen for the holidays. But first, there is a new city manager in Watertown. We hear reaction from the council and meet with a man with 4 drum ties. Good evening, I'm Zach Grady. Thank you for joining us tonight. A veteran and North Country native will be Watertown's next city manager. City council members say his ties to the community and his experience will be a big asset. Retired Colonel Arik will be the next chief administrator for the city. He was selected by the current city council with input from 2 incoming members. 14 people applied, with 2 being interviewed for the position. The other candidate, Logan Eddy, is the current assistant to the city manager. Wagonar hails from Carthage, spending the last 8 years as the deputy to the garrison commander on Fort Drum. The role is similar to that of a city manager. In previous employments, Wagonar has overseen a budget of more than $230 million, as well as working with state and federal lawmakers in the area.
The city's going to reap the benefits of those years and years of experience, and it just worked out. The timing was great for the city.
I pushed them on a lot of different issues that I'm interested in finding out, and I was satisfied.
One thing that I think will be especially beneficial to the city that he said he would do right off the bat would be to take 2 or 3 months and basically do a top to bottom assessment of the city, its departments, who's doing what, just to identify areas where we're doing things well and where we can improve things.
A vote is expected on Monday, December 18th, to appoint Wagonar, his term as city manager beginning then on December 30th. Current city manager Ken Mix announced in September he was resigning at the end of 2023. A federal appeals court is upholding some parts of New York's latest gun laws, while at the same time striking down others. The Second U.S. Court of Appeals blocked 3 provisions of the state's Concealed Carry Improvement Act, but overturned a lower court's ruling on other aspects previously ruled unconstitutional. The state Concealed Carry Improvement Act required pistol permit applicants disclose their social media accounts. This latest court ruling saying that that is unconstitutional. The court also rejected a provision that said guns are not allowed on private property unless by default, unless a sign is posted by the property owner. The court now saying they are allowed.
It basically made the entire state a gun-free zone. When people didn't put up the sign, that means you could not have a firearm on that property, be it a business, be it a home, be it some woods up on Tug Hill. It basically made your concealed carry permit worthless because you literally could carry nowhere.
What it did overturn includes a prior ruling which struck down gun bans in sensitive places like public parks, theaters, and places that serve alcohol. The panel also said a provision that concealed carry applicants must prove good moral character can stand, saying character is a proxy for dangerousness and that there is widespread consciousness on restricting dangerous people from having deadly weapons. The city of Ogdensburg is looking for a new fire chief. Current Chief Ken Stoll is stepping down, telling the city he plans to return to his shift as a firefighter. According to interim manager Andrea Smith, in accordance with civil service, Stoll has 90 days from accepting the position to return to shift. In January, the new city council will look for the next fire chief. The job is listed as 35 hours a week and paying up to $110,000. A fire destroyed a 100-year-old barn in St. Lawrence County Wednesday night. The blaze broke out shortly after 10 p.m. at the Sharp family farm on Rookie Road in the town of Waddington. The barn was engulfed in flames. Firefighters say more than 100 volunteers spent 8 hours battling the blaze, using up to 200,000 gallons of water to put it out. 2 days later, the debris was still smoldering. Fire officials say the barn contained a hay and an UTV at the time. No animals were inside, however. The farm owners say the barn was 100 years old and had been in the family for 3 generations. We'll head over to the Weather Center now. John Kubis joins us. John, I know we're expecting some weather, but it is warm right now. What is going on in the city?
It's not too much, Zach, as a matter of fact. Keeping it cloudy, keeping it mild, and those warm conditions stick around tonight, tomorrow, and also pretty much to the end of the weekend. Sunday, a little bit of snow heading our way. So we'll talk more about that Sunday night anyways, and it looks like turning colder next week as well. So nice temperatures anyways outside now for most of us anyways. All right, let's check out the maps. First weather brought to you by Doors Plus at Adams Center. Notice the absence of any precipitation. That'll be the case tonight and tomorrow too. So we'll talk the weekend. We'll also check out next week as well here in a few. Let's send it back to you.
Thanks, John. Just in time for the holidays, nearly 100 10th Mountain Division soldiers made their way home to be reunited with their families. Soldiers touched down at Wheeler-Sac Army Airfield on Fort Drum Friday afternoon before greeting family members at McGrath Gym. The troops are coming home from a 9-month deployment in Europe, primarily in Romania and Poland. Dubbed the Alpine Warriors, their mission, supporting NATO allies in the region. Pedro Guerrero reunited with his son for the first time in more than 2 years.
I don't think I could have a better son than I have. He is one of a kind. I'm gonna hold him till I'm no longer here.
Major General Gregory Anderson says the 10th Mountain Division's security force assistance efforts were key in increasing readiness and combat ability from Finland all the way to Bulgaria. A second group of deployed soldiers will be returning next week to Fort Drum. A staple of the holiday season, a Christmas tree to light up and decorate at home. 7 News reporter Sean Brenda tells us, though, that as you are out looking for this year for the perfect pine, the price may dampen your holiday cheer.
Just outside the village of Canton, there are rows and rows of Christmas trees from the Bear Dance Tree Farm ready to be chopped for the holiday season. Marilyn and Hans Wellbergen have owned the 142-acre property for more than 20 years and have sold thousands of trees over the years. Marilyn says while they sell all sizes of cut-your-own trees at affordable prices, larger retailers and other farmers are struggling this winter.
We are in many groups where we talk to the other farmers all over the country, really. And basically, they're trying to buy wholesale trees and they either can't get them, they need extra trees, or they're so expensive they just decide not to do it.
According to Marilyn, because of the warm temperatures, lack of wholesale trees, and fees to transport trees to retailers in time, prices for trees this year have risen nearly 40%. Overall, it takes between 6 to 12 years for a full tree to develop. This fir right here will take about 4 years until it's ready to be chopped. For each year that a tree is planted and cared for properly, it grows about a foot. Hans says that he grows multiple types of trees to meet a family's needs come Christmas time.
Some people like the soft needles of a balsam fir, or the smell of a balsam fir, and the soft needles of a Fraser fir. The Fraser fir typically lasts the longest. So everybody has his own preferences. It's just the consumer will tell us what they want and we'll have it for them.
While prices are up for larger tree sellers, the Wellbergens say they're glad to have kept the same price as last year's trees. Sean Brenda, 7 News.
With it being that time of year, it's not just the kids that are the only ones with a holiday Christmas list. The Jefferson County Office for the Aging, NZ93, is helping bring Santa to local seniors. Seniors from 4 area nursing homes are being asked what they want this year for Christmas. The community can then sponsor a senior, bringing some holiday magic to people who can't be with their family this year. The Office of the Aging says more than 100 sponsors are still needed, though, to help provide that holiday cheer.
There's 120 seniors left out of the 500 names that we collected. It's so much fun. I'm so excited. I can't wait to drop off the gifts to everybody and just watch them be excited.
There is not much time left to sponsor a senior and drop off a gift tomorrow. That is right, Saturday is the last day to do so. You can find more information on our website, www.nytv.com, on how to do it. Still to come tonight here as well, Mel Busler brings us this country's North Country Athlete of the Week in your North Country Sports Report. Plus, you may be getting more in your Social Security check each month We find out why that may mean less food in your cart, though, when you head to the store. When 7 News continues.
From the North Country's news station, you're watching 7 News Tonight with Garrett Dumbluski. Tonight's weather with John Kubis. And your North Country sports with Mel Busler.
Your winning lotto numbers, the evening daily 525 and the win for 0184. Next year, Social Security benefits will go up about 3%. But for one Adams man, that may do more harm than good, saying whenever his Social Security benefits go up, his SNAP benefits go down. 7 News reporter Chad Charette spoke with him and has the details.
Meet Chip Riley. He lives alone, and as a result of his diabetes, has to claim disability, or SSI. He also relies on SNAP benefits, also known as food stamps, to pick up things like groceries. As SSI goes up, however, SNAP benefits go down. Last year, he was given $149 a month. Now, that number has shrunk to $119, and grocery prices keep going up.
The way groceries are and the prices are and all the price gouging going on, that little bit of extra to get caught up on other stuff, because I'm in debt because I've had to use credit cards to buy groceries.
Riley says any additional money made through SSI is eaten up by the rising cost of living. Diabetes also makes shopping tough due to specific nutritional needs.
They keep saying go to food pantries. Well, they're set up for people with big families. They have pastas and breads and cereals. I can't have that stuff.
Riley believes the system doesn't account for certain types of financial strain, particularly vehicle upkeep. He had to spend $300 on this car last month, and he tells us he didn't have a choice.
Them people that set these programs up, if they had to live on what I make a month, they wouldn't be able to do it. A lot of people can't do it. I mean, I stay home, I don't do nothing because I can't afford to do anything.
Riley urges lawmakers to tweak how the system works. He'd like to see SNAP benefits determined from something other than income in situations like his.
People on Social Security, nothing else changes. The prices just keep going up and up. They need to stop taking the food stamps away from us.
The 3.2% increase to supplemental security benefits will go into effect December 29th. The increase also applies to Social Security. That will go into effect next January. Chad Charette, 7 News.
When your street address is not visible from the road, it can delay first responders. And those numbers on your house can make all the difference in an emergency. City of Watertown officials are reminding residents of the importance of keeping your address visible from all angles. Along with the need to be clearly visible, address numbers need to be taller than 4 inches and wider than ½ an inch per number. Those digits on the side of your house could save first responders vital time when responding in an emergency.
It's very important for you to not only know your address, but the passerbys in your area. If there was a car accident out in front of your house, if an elderly or a child were to get hurt in the area, they can identify where they are by looking at the house that's in front of them, seeing the house number and knowing the street they're on. They can't do that if the number's not displayed correctly.
Some other tips to help first responders locate your house. Make sure your house and your address is clear of vegetation and trees. As well, have colored numbers that clearly contrast the surrounding areas. When we come back, John Kubis is in the Weather Center and has your full forecast.
Now, tonight's weather.
A cloudy and mild outside. Well, mild for most of us anyways. It's a little bit cooler the further north you go. Radar trying to indicate maybe some green showing up on the maps. That's not any precipitation. I think we keep it dry tonight and dry during the day tomorrow as well, just keeping it rather cloudy. And that means temperatures will actually be on the rise later on tonight, courtesy of the clouds, and well, also high pressure located down to our south, down towards D.C. On the backside of this high pressure system, more of a southerly wind flow, and that's going to keep things rather warm. It looks like over the next couple of days anyways. Notice off to the west, there is some rain and there is some snow. 2 areas of low pressure, one towards Minneapolis, another one down towards Oklahoma City, and both these lows tracking to the east, and we're going to be feeling the effects of these low pressure systems over the next couple of days. All right, zooming in a bit closer to home, winter storm watch will be kicking in Sunday at 10 p.m. lasting right through Monday at 7 p.m. Notice who's involved, the Adirondacks. This is going to be one of those snow events that are dependent on elevation, meaning the higher up you go, the more snow you're going to get. So Tug Hill Plateau, nothing for you yet, but I anticipate something coming from the National Weather Service over the next day, day and a half or so, as you'll see some accumulating snow too. 46 degrees, cloudy skies, winds are calm. Pressure right now, 3001, that is high. It's going to be falling overnight tonight and over the next couple of days as well. Check out the Futurecast, keeping it cloudy. At least we'll keep it dry. A couple of breaks in the clouds. It looks like tomorrow morning, that may be the case tomorrow. I think we will see maybe a little bit of sunshine, but keeping it mainly cloudy on our Saturday. Futurecast also trying to show a little bit of precipitation. I think that's wildly overdone. As far as overnight tonight, your lows in the 30s to lower 40s. A bit cooler the further north you go. 33 up by the water in the bay. And also in Clayton as well. Lewis County overnight, lows in the 30s. 39 in Harrisville, 34 in Osceola with mostly cloudy conditions. St. Lawrence County tonight, more of the same for you. Colder up along the river. 26 Messina, 26 in Norfolk. Upper 20s in Canton, 36 for you in Wanakita. Tomorrow morning, clouds. Temperatures in the low 40s, courtesy of that southerly wind, but it's going to be a bit cooler up along the St. Lawrence River. Let's talk more about Saturday, because sure, it's going to be mainly cloudy. It's going to be mild, though. Look at 9 o'clock. Canton, a bit cooler, 39, mid-40s in the city, 40 in Lowville by noon, mid-40s to near 50, and keeping it rather cloudy throughout the day. Sunday, rain is likely during the day. It looks like Sunday night. That's when things turn a bit interesting, as rain will change over to snow. Adirondacks, anywhere from 6 to 8 inches. I'm thinking now Tug Hill Plateau, 4 to 6. We'll have to watch this. Still a couple of days out, so those numbers may go up as things change, of course, with the weather modeling. A couple of inches lower elevations. That does include, say, Fort Drum and also Canton, Potsdam, Messina, and also here in the city of Watertown. On Monday, snow showers in 35. Lows around 23. Tuesday, some rain, some snow in 37. Wednesday, some snow, and running that risk of snow on Thursday. Look at those temperatures take a tumble in the 30s next week. That's all I have for now. Have a great weekend. Coming up next, Mel has sports. Stay tuned.
Now your North Country Sports.
Time for your Toyota Sports Report. Basketball dominating the local sports menu for this Friday night. Rob Crone is in with plenty of highlights.
A big night in Alexandria Bay as a packed house was on hand for the dedication of Bud Bulger Gymnasium, with the Alexandria Lady Purple Ghosts hosting Thousand Islands in the first basketball game at the school since the 2021-22 season. The first ever basket scored at the new gym by Seyron Rios, Thousand Islands on top 2. Alexandria answers. Haley Fadden comes up with the board bucket, and she's fouled, tying the game at 2. Back the other way, Rachel Eiloff banks in the three-pointer, tying the game at 5. Second quarter, Rios rips yarn on the jumper, Thousand Islands by 5. Sierra Dawley drives the lane for the basket, but Thousand Islands beats Alexandria 29-21. Another Girls Frontier League contest in Lafargeville, as Lafargeville hosted Sackett's Harbor. Second quarter, Taylor Maurer hits the pull-up off the inbound. Sackett's Harbor down 5. Then it's Peyton Britton with the fast break lay-in. Lafargeville up 3. Britton finishes off another fast break. Sackett's Harbor down 1. Lafargeville answers. Emmeline Barton connects on the short jumper. Lafargeville on top 3. Emily Curley stops and pops, tying the game at 18. Margie Barton gets the roll on the short jumper. Lafargeville by 2. Chloe Gafford hits down low as Lafargeville beats Sackett's Harbor 63-36. Rob Crone, 7 News Sports.
Tonight's local scoreboard's brought to you by Doors Plus, located in Adams Center. Quality products, professional services throughout the North Country, including Jefferson, Lewis, in St. Lawrence County, specializing in garage door repair and installation for both residential and commercial applications. An open door and also a closed door policy for your garage. Give Doors Plus a call. Recapping all the local action, first off, boys high school basketball. They headed into overtime, tied at 38. It's the last I've heard of how this game ended up. Elsewhere, Sandy Creek a winner over South Louis. Sackett's Harbor defeats Lafargeville. Lowellville a winner over General Brown. Watertown beats Carthage. Little Falls downs Indian River. Copenhagen defeats APW. Canton a winner over Malone. Chateauguay downs Brushton Maira. Chuck Folsom Harrisville tournament. It was the town of Webb a winner over Colton Pierpont. Harrisville defeats Edwards Knox. Lisbon tournament. Morristown a winner over Norfolk. Lisbon defeats Herman DeKalb. Girls high school basketball. Thousand Islands over Alexandria. Copenhagen downs Lyme. General Brown defeats Lowellville. Indian River a winner over South Jefferson. Lafargeville beats Sackett's Harbor. Madrid-Waddington a winner over St. Lawrence Central. Herman DeKalb over Lisbon. Northeastern Clinton defeats Heuvelton. Indian Lake, Long Lake a winner over Tupper Lake. It was a battle of lakes. Men's college basketball, Cobleskill over Canton. Women's college basketball, Cobleskill over Canton. Men's college hockey, Clarkson defeats Stonehill. Elsewhere, Canton a winner over St. Michael's. Potsdam downs Fredonia. Women's college hockey, Colby a winner over SUNY Potsdam. Boys high school hockey, the Canton tournament. Canton a winner over Ontario Bay. Elsewhere, Webster Schroeder defeats OFA. Girls hockey, you ask? Well, Potsdam a winner over Essex, Vermont. And Beekmantown a winner over Malone. Pro hockey, it was Elmira defeating Watertown. This week we honor a volleyball player from Indian River who was exceptional this season. Her talents at the net earning her the Watertown Savings Bank 7 News North Country Athlete of the Week Award. Sydney Carbone of Indian River receives this week's honor. This talented volleyball player had an exceptional fall season. She registered 195 kills, 131 digs, 106 aces, and 255 service points. She earned 5th team All-State recognition and was a big reason for her team's Section 10 title. A great student athlete.
I feel like the way I've contributed the most is obviously with skill, but mainly being there mentally for everybody and just really putting my best foot forward no matter what. Like, if I feel like a ball is unreachable, I'll still go for it. Like, if I feel like a set's too far, like, I'll still go for it. Like, I'll go for anything if it means, like, I'm doing the best I can. I do play club, and I do a lot of off-season stuff. Like, club it starts January, ends June, and then during the summer, I have a bunch of summer camps. I'm helping at camps, helping little kids get better. Like, I'm constantly putting in work to get better. Yes, I keep improving no matter what. Like, I don't limit myself saying, oh, I'm good enough. I keep pushing to get better. Like, I do have one more year, so I'm striving to get better. And, like, no matter what, I will put in the work to continue getting better, so I'm not limiting myself.
Sydney came in as a freshman, and she's been doing a great job every year improving. She's one of those girls that loves to compete and has a passion for volleyball, so any coach would be very lucky to have her on her team, and we're super lucky she's with us on IRVB. She is a great hitter, great server. Yeah, I think she has a lot of experience that she brought in just coming in from Texas, and she just loves volleyball and wants to get better, and you know, she is a power hitter, but she's been really working on her control and kind of opening and seeing different spots on the court so that she doesn't always have to kill the ball as hard as she can. And she just really sees volleyball. She has a great volleyball IQ, and the girls are able to kind of listen to her if she has some feedback alongside of, like, if I have feedback. And sometimes, you know, they listen to each other better than if a coach says to do it.
Congratulations to Sydney Carbone of Indian River, the Watertown Savings Bank 7 News North Country Athlete of the Week. Well, that's it for now. We're going to stop, pay some bills. When we come back, a man who has a sneaker collection that is unbelievable. It's probably worth a lot of money. Should I say that? Zach Grady after this timeout.
Thank you for joining us tonight. We wish you a good night and a great weekend.